Yeah.
The Dignitas are in for a really wild time here. C9 starting on defense. Oh, and Katie just gets destroyed, Tanner.
Whoa. Okay, so kills going back and forth there. Annie finding an absolute huge shock dart to grab that kill. Not necessarily making things even just yet, but definitely making that push hurt quite a bit. And like you said, Katie going down, that's a big one to have off the board and not a whole lot of utility. Jazzy has that blast pack, looking to use it, not for damage, but to try and find the positioning. The right clicks come through and they land true. Rain is able to trade it back for a bit. Now we're down in the 1v1, and the pistol round goes the way of Dignitas.
Bulls need to come out really quickly if they're going to take control.
And Emily looking to do just that. Paranoia comes through, blinds Katie completely, but they're able to trade that kill right back. So the duelists working hand in hand between Katie and Jazzykins as the paint shells get a bit of damage. Not going to stop the plant. Juliana able to get that one down, and we'll see. She's able to sneak away to a post-plant position. Cloud9, first time here in the driver's seat, up one player, but still working against that clock. Up a couple of players now. It's all down to the last. It's Milky on the flank. The dash away. The knives are going to be popped. And a double updraft available. And he was clutch all day yesterday. Can she go clutch again here in this one? Yes, she can. Cloud9 on the board here from the clutch after Annie.
Speaking of lockdowns, Mel is actually one ult point away from having that lockdown, which could prove very powerful, but they're down one player at the moment. Oh, the trade comes through, but is it going to be enough to swing this back in C9's favor?
A couple of kills from Katie, the player to watch here, as she's going to use the blades this time around. That spike going to be tapped and quite possibly just stuck, and yeah, there it is. Through the nebula, nobody could see anything. And it does just that, as that spike is yet to be planted. But Rain goes right back to work. Hunter's Fury gonna deny again, though. And there's that ultimate that you talked about. Just so scary to have to push through that one, as Thea pushes a bit too aggressive and runs right into Cat. Spike is down, but how do you even answer this? You have to push through this wall just to protect the spike. You also can't hear it for the most part. It's so muffled on the other side.
And that means that they won't be able to use that Hunter's Fury. Oh, but the Hunter's Fury is going to come out anyway. It's aimed at the spike. Is it going to get some value? Not quite able to.
You really would have liked to have not been spotted by that drone there. Didn't get any information, sure, but it did spot Emily pushing up long. And like you said, a 3-stack here makes it incredibly difficult to take this side of Sholiana. Finds that trade kill onto Katie. Annie playing up towards heaven, but we know that that's not the safest place to be against this Dignitas roster. And unfortunately, the knives just go wide. Milky Way not going to find that cut down. And the rest of the squad going to fall just behind her. Jazzykins to close it out.
Caught the hang of what's going on with that gravity well. It's to stop Dignitas from pushing in like monkeys, like they did on that first round. And to add the invulnerable as well. And you can see Mel immediately start capitalizing on that.
And you said it right there, the vulnerability that it also adds, right? That gravity well starts to suck. If you're in any part of that gravity well, when it pops, you get the vulnerability, so you're taking double damage. So even if you do want to zerg towards A, that's what happens. And it's another buy round here for Dignitas, and they're just getting absolutely picked apart across the map. No way in, no way out. Thing across the map, but it seems the team's going to bring up the rear.
Emily does have the Empress available, though, which can be a very powerful tool to use. But as the clock is slowly ticking away, it looks like they're going to go for a B plant. Now, this is the easiest site to take, and immediately the Hunter's Fury comes out to deny the plant entirely.
And one answered back, but it's just a second too late. And he's able to cut two down to such low HP, and Milky gets caught on the lurk. So now you don't have a whole lot swinging in your favor. As Annie is able to close that kill out onto the Empress, dethroned at this point in the game. That lockdown also finds a detain on one. Thea just trying to get out of dodge. Stabbed in the back, and Sholiana, again, just not much to write home about here. Stuck in that 1vx situation.
But thankfully for them, C9 didn't push in aggressive this time around. I suppose they realized that it's going to be a full push towards the A side, so they pull back and they go for the retake.
And a nice little 1v1 opens things up. It also takes all of that Killjoy utility off the board as Jazzy blindly fires that showstopper onto the safe side. Doesn't find too much, but across the map, here we go. Up top goes Katie, finding a kill of her ultimate on the board. Looking for more. No, Jazzy gonna take that one away. Bringing out the operator. The spike is yet to be planted. The spike is in a horrible spot. The cosmic divide has popped and everything, it's all weighing down on Dignitas here at this point. As Sholiana only good for one at the end of the half here. And Rain, full HP in a 1v3, has a low health bar on Katie, but Annie ready to take the shot, does just that, and 10-2 we go at the half.
Questionable. But instead, they're opting to play it a little bit more safely. They've only got one person on the B side, however, and that's where the spike is. So they're going to need to rotate fairly soon.
Spike down, C.
Spike does go down, though, as Rain finds that kill onto Mel. Cat was there to trade it back. Now, the rest of the team should be able to pick that one up, so Cat can hold it down here on this side. And has 1 star to waste as Katie falls to the hands of Thea as the classic, but the kills just continue back and forth. As the spike gets planted, that shock dart finds a bit of damage on the way out, and Dignitas looking to get something going here. Milky picks up one, but Jazzy is there to answer once more. Therefore, the trade kills. Who better than? Now, Thea, toe-to-toe. Annie in that 1v1 looking for the clutch, and as I said yesterday, so clutch. Today already proving clutch, and does it again as Cloud9 net the pistol. Agent, I believe this is one of the first, if not the first weekend that it's been allowed in competitive play. So to bring it out like this, it's just a really good showing as a whole. Now Milky Way looking to have a good showing. Unfortunately, not able to get it there. 2 for 1 though across the board. It's even for a second, and then it's not. They all start to get cut down, but Theo with the bulldog.
Well, that's a really good move from C9. They also utilize the Astra Wall as well. So again, a little bit of a fake there. They do have the spike down, but Emily again on this lurk, and she's been so potent previously. If Dignitas can wait, they don't wait for her to get into position. Oh no.
No, they just jump right on into it, and Mel is ready, chomping at the bit. But it's all up to Cat. Used the wall earlier. Doesn't have a whole lot going in her favor as Sholiana finds a nice little 3K mentality over towards A. So C9 should get quite a bit of information in this round alone as the Sheriffs push on up through the smoke. Katie goes down. The showstopper going to be used, but only finds some damage as Sholiana is able to scoot away from that one. Now at this point, C9 at the very least have netted themselves some extra credits with that spike to come on through. Now the best gun in the game, the Bucky, is online for Mel. It found a kill and almost another. There it is, 2 kills with the Bucky as Milky was able to cut one down over towards this mid area. Now they have to get that spike defused. The Hunter Shuri is available. Now that Neural Theft going to grab that information for him, and Annie was probably the last line of defense playing off-site with that Hunter Shuri. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do that now. Mel, nice upgrade from Bucky. Oh my goodness, Mel gets it done.
Mel.
A 4K on the round, absolutely huge. And B was completely free. So now they do look to take this A side as Juliana with the Hunter Shuri. Gonna slow things down for now. Now taking the smokes off the board. That's a lot of Yuto, and we've seen how potent Katsumi can be. So a good start here on map point. Lockdown going to be used right on the site. And Milky Way just peeks out a bit too much. The Blade's now offline. No Blade Storm available. No resets. Quite possibly means no round here, as Emily makes me eat my words. Now it's a 4v3. The lockdown, it bought a bit of time. But Dignitas still have to go right at him from the shadows available. I can't imagine we see that as Jazzy Kids cuts one down. We're all tied up 2-2 across the board. But Dig just have to run in and send it. It's the Odin, the last one standing. Cloud9 isn't headed there. They are still headed to B, and it is going to be Thea trying to lock down this site all by her lonesome. Spots out one over towards lane. The rest of the squad right behind that Phoenix, though, trying to get as much as she can, and it's a double kill, making a triple on the site before she finally falls. But what a way to get things started here on map 2. All down to Cat, 47 HP, and I don't think she's long for this world.
That was ridiculous. There were 4 people pushing in on Thea there, and still she manages to get 3 kills.
What's going through the mind of Dignitas right now? Because some way, somehow, they still sniff this one out as an A hit. It is going to be just that as the Shrouded Step to get away underneath. Katie had no clue where Rain was going. Absolutely huge there to get away from danger as Emily gets on the board, and Thea to follow with just the Ghost. Could they quite possibly be saving for an operator since Thea didn't buy? We're going to have to see. This round still underway. Cloud9 down to their last 2. Spike yet to be planted. And he's going to be working on that here shortly. Jazikins with the reload, only 83 HP, so just about anything to the head will douse the flames of this Phoenix. And in a 3v2, it is winnable. Low HP on 1 for Dignitas. So Thea just trying to stay out and play from downtown, and she does just that. Now Jazikins, 72 HP. 10 HP per fight is what she's allotted thus far. And now 72 going into the last. The spray through the box. Emily working against the clock here. Has to get the kill and the defuse. Jazikins playing the clock so huge. It's a 4K on the round, and Cloud9 grabbed the first rifle.
The tree kind of catwalk area so that they can push through mid. This is the first time we're seeing them actually go for some kind of mid control, and a nice early pick off there onto Milky Way. It does give away their position, but it makes a slight opening for them.
And there it is. It's the stars going down towards market, the players coming up towards mid, push them right into Mel, push Rain right into Mel. Excuse me, and they're all just starting to, you know, quite literally get cut down. Katie finding that kill with the Blade Storm. The hot hands go right down on top of Emily, and Jazikins once more closes it out towards this A side in Cloud9's favors. The darts go through. Paranoia to follow to try and slow things down. Curveballs come out, and Katie's already on the site, but the Empress has been popped, and Emily finds one. Now looking for some more Rain, able to support fire from a heaven. Unfortunately, Katie cuts down the Empress, and not going to be long for this world. And Mel coming around the corner, the swing onto Milky, some way, somehow, finding these kills and grabs another. This is exactly why she's the MVP last map.
I mean, Katie just doing Katie things, dashing into the smoke, managing to spot out Emily in the dismiss of Empress, which when you're an Empress, it turns you invisible. And she's still able to follow Emily into the smoke in hell and spray her down through the smoke. So they've managed to secure the site here, but it's down to Annie to try and clutch this one out in a 1v2.
Oh my.
And she does it! And so Dignitas, when we saw Milky just kind of dash straight through, dashes through the gravity well as well, so doesn't get the invul. But with only a frenzy really to work with, she wasn't really expecting to survive there. Again, if we can see Dignitas get a couple of kills here, they do already manage to get one onto Mel, so that's good. They want to try and get 2 or 3 more if they possibly can. Oh, Rain's actually managed to pick up a rifle as well, so that should help them out here. We've seen how powerful they can be on these eco rounds, so they need to get a couple of kills here, try and hurt the economy a little bit as we move into the next round, because it's looking dangerously like a repeat of what happened on Haven.
Rain going for re-peek after re-peek.
No way.
Now it's down to the
No
last.
way.
It's Katsumi in a 1v3. Finds the first, a pistol in the hand of the next. Now pushing through the wall is Rain, and Katsumi gets it done. Due diligence to clear out just about everything. But they have to be wary of Emily on the site. Hunter's trying to slow things down. That's going to take down the smokes. That's going to take down all the utilities. Sholiana finds a kill on her teammate. We find ourselves in a 2v2 no less.
Oh, that's definitely not a good spot for Dignitas to be in, as the spike will go down here. And these last 2 players, Thea and Sholiana, they're so separated from one another. Yeah, no one to swing as Sholiana goes down, and with Thea the last person standing here. Oh.
They had to wait on that rotate to be able to do anything, and the 2 that were playing on B were already playing off-site B for retake, so it just bodes so well for Cloud9 as the Empress gonna get dethroned here, abdicated on this B site, and it's just all Cloud9 across the board. The Odin finds 1 kill, and now Milky Way needs to find a couple more herself, and it's Annie. Well, she'll be met by Mel should she choose to do that, and the Bucky, it's a great gun. You love to see it, as you love to see that kill coming on through. Jazikins taking off the board. Katie to follow. Cat trying to fight back, but it's all Dignitas in this round. And it's down to Mel, who has done this before in an eco round. Now with full utility across the board, a Vandal in hand, full HP, spots the first kill, takes 0 damage. Sholiana has that Bucky playing the tight angle. Now, the retake doesn't feel good with the Bucky, but this close angle feels just as good. That's a right click off the head. Mel going for the 360. Here for the Astra to then just sit back and not have to worry about placing those on the fly, which can be dangerous as they look to get onto the site. It's Katie finding the first kill onto Thea, who was good for 3 kills in the last pistol. Unfortunately, it's Cloud9, good for 3, good for 4, as Katie finds her third. And here's the flank, but it's a 1v5. Now, pistol round can be that coin flip round. If you find a couple of good right clicks, you can swing it in your favor, but Rain just does not have a whole lot going for her.
And Dignitas, I mean, you can see Thea rotated all the way from A towards the B side. So now they're looking more towards a B side push, making noise on the A side to try and fake out that it's an A side push. But the rotation hasn't come through. C9 being super patient, and Annie manages to get a kill through the smoke.
Annie, that's the second kill in 2 rounds with that Ares as well. So much value out of the 1600 credit weapon. And in the rifle round for Dignitas, it comes down to the player that we highlighted, finding one, but only one. This time the drone gonna be utilized out towards shore, trying to find Jazzykins or anything towards this tree area, but Jazzykins locking it down. The spike's now falling as Cat's there for the backup. Milky Way does grab one, doing her best Katie impression there with the Guardian, but on 5 HP, it's just a tall task, and it gets even taller. Now Rain has to go huge. The last time we saw this from Rain, it was almost the clutch to come on through, but Annie stole it away. Annie is still on the board, and there are 3 more members of this Cloud9 roster that Rain has to cut through.
Oh, no, it's the soul, the gravity well. They don't know she's in it, but she's involved. And the double damage comes through, and Cat will get the last kill. And that's C9 taking this map.